How's it going, guys? Hope you're all having a good day. We're going to be playing Slay the Princess, The Pristine Cut. This is going to be episode 4. Just kind of as a quick recap. In the last one, we kind of got the happy ending, where basically we did manage to save the princess and everything was great. Kind of curious as to what other avenues we have left. In the beginning, like our first couple episodes, we pretty much just straight up slayed the princess as much as we could. And we did manage to slay her without dying. So I don't know. I did see some options for like just straight up turning around and leaving. So I think we'll try that one. But let's see. Oh, everything goes dark and you die. Chapter 1.
You're on a path.
Let's go ahead and skip anything that we've seen already. Turn around and leave.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
No. I don't care. Okay, fine. You're persistent. I'll go to the cabin and I'll slay the princess. Maybe I'll slay her, maybe I won't. Guess we'll see. Yes, I'm definitely know where I'm going. Nope. The only thing that matters is where I'm not going. The cabin. I'm not going to the cabin. Actually pretty okay with the world ending. I relish the coming of a new dawn. Be on our own. Gonna go for a walk in the opposite direction now. Damn, so even this opened up like 5 different routes. Let's lie to him.
Somehow I doubt that, but fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong.
Yeah.
Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange.
What the fuck?
It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Turn around again and leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Dude, good. Maybe everyone should die. It's what they get for dumping me in the woods and asking me to blank someone for them. You're not emotional. Quietly. Fuck. Okay, you're not emotionally blackmailing me in this.
Stakes and consequences aren't emotional blackmail. They're facts of life, and if you had an ounce of maturity, you'd understand that.
Well, I know you're a liar, so.
But fine.
Oh, yes.
Turn
okay.
around and trek back down the path you came.
Nice.
Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
No. Oh yeah? Well, I guess I start walking in a different direction. Again, in fact, I'm going to just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone
Good.
who
Well,
ever will.
If the world is going to end because I didn't do something, then the world should probably just end regardless.
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be. Wait, what's going on? You're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
I mean, if this is the world, I don't want to live in it, dude.
You've doomed us all. You know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
What? We're gonna do the same thing?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
What's that? Yep, okay. Heading to the cabin now where I'm definitely going to slay that princess. If I can't run away from the cabin, then I'm just staying here in the woods forever, stay in the woods forever.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
What? You have already committed to...
You know I can tell
we're
when
gonna
you're
lie.
lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you. A warning before you go any further.
What the
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything
I need to
in
go
her
back in the other
power to
videos
stop
and see
you
if
from
these
slaying
wall...
her.
I feel like I would have remembered
believe a word
this,
she
because in
says.
chapter 2 it was like a castle.
If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar.
Contrarian.
Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it. Let's keep an open mind. The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin
Whoa.
interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense. The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway?
Sure.
No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise? You can't just say that, not when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep
Dude,
into
this
your
is
heart.
becoming so
You cannot
confusing.
lose yourself before you even get to her. Oh, ho, ho, ho. You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm. Ow! Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very
Holy shit, that was a lot of
important
dialogue before
task.
we go in there. Do we take the blade? Yeah.
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Okay, fine, you took the knife, but you really shouldn't hold it like that. Then how are we supposed to hold it? The other way, thumb at the bottom. We'll look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb at the bottom. It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make a choice.
Hold the blade the other way.
You switch your grip on the blade. Congratulations. Yes! Isn't this so much better? Okay, fine. You're right.
Contrarian's my
Does
second
look a lot
favorite.
better. It really doesn't matter. Just get on with it and deal with the princess.
First is
already.
definitely Smitten. Throw the blade out the window.
Yes! Do it! Seriously. You throw the blade at the window, glass showering the cabin as your weapon flies out into the night. I suppose we'll be fine, don't worry about it. What's the worst that could happen? The world ends? Oh well. If the princess wasn't going to do it, the heat death of the universe was going to come for it eventually.
Exactly.
I'm not so sure. This place is already messing with my head. It would be much better if we had a weapon. What's done is done. Good luck, hero.
Do we approach the mirror?
You walk up to the wall next to the basement. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror.
Wipe the mirror
You
clean.
reach forward and rub your hand against the
Okay.
cabinet, but there
Yeah,
was
that's
a
nothing.
mirror, and now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement
Oh.
creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials.
What?
Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once.
What?
An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing
Oh
her
my
a
God, you
favour.
fuck.
Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello?
Whoa.
Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
Dude,
No, thank you.
seriously.
Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. We don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
I fucking love this guy. Left, right, or center? Let's go center.
You step onto the center staircase. Paths wind out around you in all directions, each step branching into its own staircases, which branch into their own staircases, and so on. You aren't quite sure if yours is taking you up or down, but at the very least, it's taking you somewhere. You concentrate on where you are, careful not to stray onto any of the many splitting branches that tempt you on all sides. You wouldn't want to have to backtrack to yours once you'd made a decision that took you someplace else. And so you take one
Oh my God.
careful, focused step after another. 1 foot down, another foot down, another after that. You lose yourself in following the correct pattern, in following what looks to be the true path, the one that cuts straight down, or up, or maybe sideways. But no matter the direction it goes, it certainly is the most true path. You know that much.
Okay, well that's good. Oh.
You
Wait,
slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go.
dude.
Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether.
How cool is that, man?
Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only
This is what it
things
looked like if I drew the
experienced
game.
are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, An emotion that can only be described as...
Can I help you?
What?
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over.
Okay.
Time to get back to our old devilish ways. The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here.
Yeah, to be on the contrary to you.
And why are we here again?
Exactly.
In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass, we remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm sorry I didn't realize I was
And
here.
yet here you are. How strange. Do you remember anything at all? Do you know why you're here? Do you know me?
The shadows recede, revealing the princess's face.
Okay.
She's so blank. I have no idea who she is. Isn't that fun? A new puzzle for us to take apart. If she's keeping her cards close to her chest, it's because she wants to deceive you.
It's okay. Don't worry. Sometimes I
Dude.
get lost here too.
As the princess speaks
What the
again,
fuck?
it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? Again? Have you been here before? Should we tell him?
Is that like snow?
Nah, let him stew. Right, I'm telling him. Yeah, we've been here before, but we never went to the cabin. We just turned around and left.
Oh.
Until... It's hard to describe. Until the only thing we could see was the same cabin going on forever. And then you told us that the world ended and we died. And then we woke up, and I'm pretty sure you're familiar with all the rest of it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late.
No way.
You have a job to
We're
do
leaning
here, and
into
you
it.
need to do it now. Ooh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Okay. What the fuck? This is all the same thing. What? Try and free her. Leave her in the... What? Let's do this.
There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago. And what's that supposed to mean? Are you
Dude.
trying to get under my skin?
She fractures again. I don't like where this is going. Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are. How would we even do that? Where would we start? Could always start by retrieving the blade. The one he made us throw out the window. I wasn't the one who threw it. Oh, come on, you told us to. Don't try to pass the blame now that it's come back to bite us. Well, if I'd known we'd be dealing with this, maybe I wouldn't have been so hasty with my suggestions. I don't think we're going to be able to put her back. Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making things worse.
Princess. You can call me Princess, if you'd like. You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
None of them have names. How astute. I told you she was untrustworthy.
Getting down here was weird. Like I was pulled apart and put back together again. Do you know what
I
happened
don't
to me?
remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you? We're probably
Oh.
stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either. You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you even here?
For all I know, you're locked down here for a reason. Do you know why you're down here?
Is this a quiz? If you're here, then surely you know why I'm
She
here.
gonna split again?
But you
No.
know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen. Or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope. Please just end this already. One way or another, just do it. Don't be coy. We both know why you walked away here. I'm a monster. And the second I get out of this place, I'm going to end the entire world.
Dude.
This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. You can do this. But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different? Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her. Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse.
Okay. That makes sense.
Wait, that's not right.
Z-
Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to perish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... we can't... Do you not have anything witty to say?
Dude.
I could use a good bit of wit right now.
What is going on?
No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart. I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What
Whoa.
are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't fit. They just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable.
What the actual hell?
Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Fix us?
I just wanted to turn around and not go to the cabin, man.
We should help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
Dude. Oh.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
What are we gonna look like?
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. He's just messing with us. Right?
Oof. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've withered. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Is that... We grew last time. Withered bad in this?
I am
Oh
a
my
growing
God.
chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
Dude. What do you think of this vessel?
These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths and wall. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. They will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
Okay. How can you stand to be a
As
contradiction?
easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
You can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist.
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
It doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
Damn. I'll go with the positive one.
It says that your heart is gentle, that even in the darkness you are guided by compassion.
Do you still not care what I bring you next?
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare
Damn.
to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you.
You know that at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you, right?
If that remains your choice when all is said and done, then you may try. But know that I do not wish you harm, even if you attempt to destroy me.
Do you know what happens to the worlds we leave behind?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
Have you figured out what you'll want when we've finished?
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me.
So no.
I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me.
So you don't have any preference. She's gonna
The
dance around
tides
this.
do not dictate
Yeah.
where they are pulled. A river does not dictate its outlets. My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task is to treasure the gifts you bring me.
How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
We will know when we near our destination.
Shut up. Do I attack the entity? What happens if we attack it? Your will cuts across the entity in front of you, but nothing
My
happens.
roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are now.
Jesus, I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Dude, everything goes dark and you die. Well, we're gonna have to really think outside the box, unless it presents us with a different narrator or something for the next episode. But thank you guys for coming out. I don't remember if this is the 4th one or what, but go ahead and give me a like and subscribe if you want to see any more of these. And I really appreciate you guys coming out, and leave a comment if you're currently playing or if you've already played this, and let me know your thoughts. Have a good one, guys.